Hey guys, this is Multi-Tap Attack, and we're here for the video review of Captain America Civil War. We just got out of it, and it was, I thought it was phenomenal. Zach, what did you think about it?
Overall, I liked it. I do think, like, towards the end it was a little too convenient.
It's valid criticism. But you have to back it up.
What was the convenience?
No, but we'll get his opinion, a brief opinion, then we'll get yours. Zach,
Revenge is not convenient.
That was okay.
Your turn, Quinton.
First of all, represent Team Cap.
Yep, Team Cap.
Through
Zach's
and through.
Team Flannel.
I mean, I loved it. It was outstanding. Great characters, great directing. Of course, Russo brothers once again knocked it out of the park. And the action scenes, great drama, comedy, just the entire package. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I believe it's a testament to the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe, and how they juggled so many different characters. Like there's at least 12, and then they introduced new characters too. This is what, and I hate to say this because I enjoyed Age of Ultron a lot, but this is what Age of Ultron should have been. Completely. I love you, Josh Redden, but this completely, overshadows Age of Ultron.
And yet, at the same time,
it built up.
So it was still through and through Captain America sequel, which was amazing. It's just that the Russo brothers decided to be like, okay, fans, we hear you. You keep saying, oh, hey, why didn't Iron Man call the Avengers in Iron Man 2 or 3? Or why didn't Captain America call the Avengers in Winter Soldier? Or why didn't Ant-Man call... whatever.
So Ant-Man didn't want to try to call the Avengers. Remember?
And so finally, here are all the Avengers. All right, so be at peace. It works out. So it's Captain America and friends.
Yep, basically.
But not in the vein of how the X-Men movies have been, kind of Wolverine and friends, or Mystique and friends, because the friends, aka the Avengers in this case, still all had their 15 minutes of fame, and they were all very well done, well acted. Action scenes were great. Their powers were developed. Just once again, just excellent, complete package.
Yeah. And again, I say a testament of the Russo brothers. It's also the testament of the screenwriters. The names I'm looking at right now. It's bad of me. I should have known this, but Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. They wrote Winter Soldier. They also wrote First Avengers, and they're writing the Infinity War, which is gonna be changed.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's a testament to how they can juggle so many characters, and so I can't wait for Infinity War if this is what we're gonna get.
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Because definitely that's great stuff.
But Zach, you were saying you had some criticism, you said it was a little convenient near the end.
It was a little too.
Yeah, go ahead, go.
It was a little too convenient. There's no guarantee that Iron Man was going to show up at that bunker.
At that bunker at that specific time.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, spoiler warning. Yes. All right, we're gonna go full balls to the wall. Spoilers. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie.
But that's the reason why he was talking to Falcon. That's why he was like, this blah blah blah. I need you, I need blah blah blah. So that's why that's why he went to this jail cell to talk to Falcon, and he destroyed. Messed up the audio so that the
Yeah, I know, but there's no guarantee about that. Like,
what do you mean though? What do you mean? I think what you're talking about is your plan is that there's no guarantee that Zemo would know that Iron Man would be there, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I understand that criticism. I do, because you didn't know that Zemo was going to be there, but it's like that Joker. You didn't know Joker, like that in Dark Knight.
I was gonna say, I think that's one of the things in all movies where just some things kind of have to be forced together. Just kind of,
and that is I wish it would have happened more and more organically, But you're right. I understand that criticism, and it's a valid one. So that's.
I didn't hate the movie. That was a really good movie. I really liked that.
And
Spider-Man.
Solid.
Oh my gosh, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. We'll
awesome.
say that.
That's my favorite.
But my favorite. Well, man, I don't know. Everybody, even I was about to say. Well, no, even Black Widow. Man, all of them could fight. All of them could fight. Man, Clint came back.
Yeah.
Black Widow. She was kicking all types of ass. my boy Black Panther.
Yeah,
Just turn it up. That was awesome.
How he fought was like just a new type of style. I haven't
Well,
seen
because
any of the Marvel films.
I remember you learning that.
You should see the fight in the airport scene, but he pulled on Captain America. You know, it's like
that triple kick.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was like almost a Street Fighter kick.
Beautiful.
You know, the hurricane kick on that. You know,
yeah, but I remember reading that they wanted him to fight animalistic, like a panther, like a kind of, and have those cat type moves and poses, and they definitely pulled that off.
Conveyed that very well.
Vision even was cool. Mm-hmm. You know, he has that kind of restrained. He's the Spock of the team, you know, because he's like, okay, I guess Spock isn't like super strength or anything, but Spock is like, oh hey, you know, I know the Vulcan neck pinch and I can, fight and all. But since he knows he's that powerful, he's very calm and reserved and tries to think things through logically.
He's a logical.
And since Vision is half AI, sure something. Yeah. I mean that definitely works. And Paul Bentley, kind of like I mentioned earlier, he nailed that. Did a great job. Wanda Maximoff and Vision relationship, which was really cool. I'm glad that they stuck that in there.
Yep. Wakanda, when you see the
Wakanda, of course. Since there's 2 end scene credits, which you guys all know by now. The first one was the first one was Bucky and Cap meeting with Black Panther in Wakanda. Talking about, oh hey Bucky, I want to go back in a deep freeze until you guys learn how to get all this brainwashing out of my head so I don't go crazy like I did. So, and then they kind of, pan out from this ultra high tech medical facility and then show the jungles of Wakanda and this huge, Black Panther made completely out of
probably vibranium.
That was pretty cool. One was kind of a little primer for the upcoming Spider-Man movie, which is now under Marvel full direction, even though it's still a Sony product.
How does that work?
Well, Sony
don't try it. It just works, and we're moving on. We don't want to jinx anything.
I'll look that up later.
But Sony just gets funds it, and then Marvel, and then they get to play with Marvel's character. Marvel introduce Spider-Man to the universe. That's it.
But the way, this is a good segue into Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
He was,
but the way that he was acted was outstanding. He reminded me of a much younger version of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man because of the types, the mentality that he had, the playfulness and joyfulness of being a costumed hero. That showed through very well. And the types of jokes also. Huang and I have kind of a disagreement about it.
I don't think we watched the Spider-Man 1 and 2, and he's never had that jovial, wisecracking when he's fighting people, when he's whatever. You can see him, appreciating Spider-Man, but he's never as excited to be Spider-Man as to be truly Spider-Man as Tom Holland has in this movie. I think Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man, from what we've seen so far, is the best version of Spider-Man on screen. Yeah. It totally kills Andrew Garfield.
Oh, definitely, yeah. but kind of going back to that, you got to kind of understand that they had to dial the maturity back a few years because this version of Spider-Man is 15 years old. So of course there's going to be a few more jokes and stuff. I saw definitely the same mentality between Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire with the way that they enjoyed the feeling, but then also kind of had that deep, they're like, oh, hey, Tobey Maguire was like, oh man, okay, with great power comes great responsibility. With this version of Spider-Man, it was just, please don't tell Aunt May, and of course that will mature over time, but I easily saw, maybe that's just because I think that Tobey Maguire was such an excellent Spider-Man and Peter Parker that I saw these things. But no, I'm definitely not saying Tom Holland didn't do a great job. He did an absolutely phenomenal job. Can't wait to see Homecoming. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Apparently it's going to be about his budding relationship with Tony Stark, which is going to be pretty interesting.
I don't know.
Of course there's going to be,
I know that Robert Downey Jr. is in it, but I didn't know it was about. I don't think.
Yeah.
But
You know-
he's probably gonna guest star, like maybe like what he's doing now. But yeah, he's probably just gonna guest star like how Spider-Man is guest starring in this one. You know, he's not gonna have I don't think he's gonna have a, you know.
Probably. Well, that's what I was thinking until they said a few days ago that hey, it's going to be about the budding relationship between Tony Stark and I'll try to bring it up after this. But so yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's definitely something to look forward to. The Black Panther movie, definitely looking forward to that. Being able to see more of Black Panther and him kicking ass all over the place. See how they fold in his story into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I was amazed, but not upset that they didn't show anything about Thanos.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Or
it's
the
not
Infinity Gauntlet
Thanos.
or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it's not.
It's not an Avengers movie.
See,
It's
exactly. It was like through and through. Even though it showed 100% of the Avengers characters, it was still a Captain America movie. It was centered around things that centered around Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Bucky, and then they brought in Iron Man, and then they're like, oh hey, we need friends to help us on our various sites, and all the friends were already involved anyway because as a team because of the Sokovia Accords, So I mean, whether they liked it or not, they would have had to have been a part of this movie.
Zach, what did you think about the new characters introduced in this one? Did you think, was it a refreshing take or?
Yeah, it was a refreshing take. Like I've never seen Black Panther in action. I'm not really familiar with the comics, to be honest. But man, that really kicked a lot of ass.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Black Panther hold his own against almost everybody.
Yeah,
My favorite quip of Black Panther was when he fights against Hawkeye. And Hawkeye wasn't. I liked it.
Man, Clint came back. He was good. He knew how to fight.
Yeah, and he was like he was
great
going up
stuff,
against. He was going against everybody. He didn't give a damn.
He's like, oh what? Captain America needs my help.
Yeah. But like his quip against when Clinton was introducing himself, that was just
Like,
classic Black Panther.
yeah, I'm Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's fight. Yeah.
So,
I don't have time for this nonsense.
Yeah.
I'm here to fight.
So
I'm here to kill.
Yeah. So you're very impressed with how Black Panther was portrayed, because you're new. You haven't,
Yeah. I really like how they handled Spider-Man. I was really surprised they didn't throw in with great power comes great responsibility.
No,
Yeah.
I knew that they wouldn't because I knew that they want to keep that for Homecoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking he did a version of that
So-
though. He did do a version of that, like like the little guy,
Like he was
powers,
working
he had to
into
fight.
that,
Yeah.
but
But
Yes,
I'm
yes,
glad that
yes.
they kept it because it should be for his own film,
okay.
And and again, I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It just nailed, nailed Peter Parker. Not only from the comics, from the animated show, just nailed him. Who he is, dirt poor kid from from Queens.
Garbage.
Talking about picking up the old
Yeah.
DVD, making
Yeah.
using an old
'Cause-
Apple Mac computer.
Because that's one of the things that I
Yeah.
don't that's one of the things that the other previous Spider-Man films never done. The show was broke, and that he was not financially well off, but they never showed him dirt poor like he was initially like in the in the books so much. But yeah, that's the modern interpretation of Spider-Man. That I think really that it was nailed really well, and the mannerism of Peter Parker, the goofy child. Anything else, Zach? How about you? What do you think about?
Oh, hold up! Well, before we move on from Spider-Man, I want to add in the interaction when Tony Stark came to Peter's house.
Oh my gosh!
That was great, good
He's
stuff.
like, no,
and
no,
I mean,
no.
and that's the. I think that's one of the many scenes where people are like, oh hey, the comedy is good in Marvel.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily comedy, but it's a type of levity that just helps with character development. It helps move the story along, but then it also just kind of it makes the movie entertaining and enjoying to watch. Instead of, so I'm not going to harp on Batman vs Superman, but I'll say
Go ahead.
Watchmen or Dark Knight Rises or just any type of very very serious movie where you have to where things are just constantly Game of Thrones, deadly serious, that really kind of becomes an exhausting thing to perform, a chore to do at times. And there were times like this, the interaction between Tony Stark, Peter Parker and Aunt May,
that was really
is
good.
what definitely
really
helped keep people awake and alive. That was
like Tony Stark hitting on Aunt May all the time.
Yeah.
That was just like that's Tony Stark. It's like and then Peter's like no.
yeah.
But yeah, again, the introduction of Spider-Man, was really good, handled very well. Did you guys think that Spider-Man was important though to the overall, movie?
So the thing is that the Russo brothers, they said that they wrote Civil War with Spider-Man in it, even though they weren't very sure if they would be able to have that luxury. And they also started filming without, and they were like, okay, hey, you guys, just let you know, we might have to reshoot this because we don't know if we're gonna be able to add a Spider-Man or, So I mean, well, to answer your question first, he was unnecessary. They could have easily. Tony Stark could have said, "Oh, hey, yeah, I have a backup plan. My backup plan is in wherever," and he could have picked up some other superhero.
Yeah. It was more about fan service.
And
exactly.
It was just full fan service, but it was also a welcoming of Spider-Man into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which was, very well done. It was just kind of a quick in and then a quick out. Because they had a very good quick introduction, had a little bit of development, then a big old action scene, and then literally Iron Man said, "Hey kid, take a seat. You're out."
He's like,
literally, and Spider-Man's like, "Oh no, man, I'm good. I can fight more." He's like, "No, you're out." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm out." So I mean, they gave him a welcome and then said, "Okay, man, don't worry. We still care about you. We still love you. But this is our movie, so you got some filming to do." So I mean, it could have been done without Spider-Man, but
I can't imagine.
So glad
I'm glad
that they were able to do that. Thank you, Sony. Can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, no, you mean thank you, Korean hackers, North Korea.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, for the whole Sony gate, all the email hacks. That's good stuff.
And then Marvel took advantage of that. How about Black Panther? He's the other new character that was introduced. Do you guys?
I'll let Zach take it.
Yeah, Zach. Do you think he was important to the overall story arc?
He felt pivotal because the whole story, the whole thing was just about revenge.
And it's about responsibility, right? Yep. Yeah, and about casualty, collateral damage, and that was his arc. And so, do you think? So you thought it was, again, he was a new character to you, and it was a good introduction. Even though it was deviated from the comics, but it was still a good, introduction. And this is the thing about Marvel; they don't adapt a story completely, full page per page, and nobody should expect them to do that. But they adapt it, and but what they do is interpret it so well to the modern audience that you don't care if it's not fully adapted because they nail the character, the individual characters, they nail the individual,
and the general story, the general story,
or at least plot,
exactly.
Plot,
they respect their source material.
They're not afraid of the comic book roots, Zack Snyder. They're not.
Boy.
Okay. They don't make people kill for no reason in the Batmobile.
But yeah, so
or brand people.
Black Panther.
Imagine Captain America branding people with his shoe.
Oh no, that'd be kind of awesome.
No. Anyways, what do you guys not like about it? Or not like, but
hold on. I need to share some more love with Black Panther.
Yeah,
Black Panther
do because I love this guy.
Man, out singing, standing. Oh, actually, no. I already talked a lot about Black Panther, so yeah, let's move on.
the way they like you say, his fight style, but the way they introduce like his dialect, the mannerism of how he speaks,
his kingliness.
Yeah.
There was one thing actually I wish that they had done though was spent at least a sentence or two saying like, "Oh hey, Cap,
yeah,
that shield there, no, hey." Thank me for that,
what actually
or something.
What I actually wanted them to show is because in the comics, Cap visited Wakanda before.
Yeah.
He actually, fought
back in the day.
Back in the day, and they fought together and against each other. And so it would have been really cool if they had hey, yo, sup. That was it. Yeah, that was it. But yeah, but Black Panther was handled really well. He fought like
fought like a beast, literally. Fought like a beast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, he has no time for this BS. You know. But yeah.
And then
Action
Falcon,
No,
man, I
Falcon,
can't believe
yeah.
we forgot about
Falcon,
Falcon,
everybody,
boy,
just
Falcon,
everybody in
great
general.
job. His suit, loved how he started using his suit as like a shield and for fighting and stuff like that. That was just awesome.
That's Russo brothers. That was so well done.
I predicted this. I wish that I had wrote it down or videotaped it or recorded it somehow, but I knew that they were gonna have Red Wing be a little drone.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
that's
absolutely
makes
knew
sense.
they were. No, I'm perfectly fine with it. It makes sense. Really cool. Outstanding. Just I don't know. I don't know what
we were telling Black Widow
say.
to Black Widow to.
Hey, no, it's not a thing. His name is Red Wing.
Yeah,
it's cute.
And again, back to we're talking about action. The action in this movie is just great, so phenomenal. Like it actually shows, unlike again, a specific versus movie, it actually shows the impact of the hits. You can see when you see somebody flying, they actually fly around like a rag. It's almost like the Raid. If you watch the Raid, you just feel the impact of each punch, and when they fall or whatever. Especially how many times has Captain America fell from a height and it just carried over from what they did with Winter Soldier. How each punch, how each kick, how each fall just hits the character.
And since you can actually visually see the cause and reaction of punches, of kicks, of falls, of being thrown through glass buildings, then it resonates more so with you how much power is being expanded by these characters, these superhuman characters, these mechanically advantaged characters, and how much pain that they must be suffering while getting the crap beat out of them,
Speaking of power, you guys notice how strong Spider-Man was? He was just
dude,
he was just caught.
Man,
he just caught Winter Soldier. I was like,
oh dude, you have a metal arm. That's so cool. And the Winter Soldier's over here like, what the fuck?
That's how Snyder. That's how you reveal as a fire. Blocking a punch. Not like that's
Oh man, but so I mean. Spider-Man, he was hanging with the big guys, he was in the big leagues. 15 years old, but his power levels were right up there with Captain America and
he was much stronger than them. He was much stronger than them.
Didn't he catch?
He caught that thing by the.
He caught the passenger terminal lift, and didn't he catch I would say like a truck or a car?
Going fast. Remember, like 40 miles per hour. That's kills people.
Okay, yeah. They had the YouTube videos that Tony Stark.
So yeah, they showed his strength, and he was definitely top tier. He was stronger than Captain. The only reason why he lost to Captain was more experienced as fighting compared to him.
And I loved how Captain America was like, "You got heart, kid," because that's basically how Captain America's first interactions with Spider-Man were. He was always like. Captain America was always like, you've got heart, but you just need a little more, a little more training, a little more experience.
Eventually, he did train Spider-Man in the books, and Spider-Man has always looked up to him, and so, which is a little bit reverse play, but you can tell that he still looked up to him in this movie.
Everybody looked up to Captain America. Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Captain America.
Thanks for thanking of me.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah, I know you're nice too. You're awesome, great too. Paul Rudd was amazing in this movie. They just completely nailed Ant-Man. He was just a great breath of he brought a comedy, but not like goofy comedy. He was just. And then the surprise at the airport scene. People were clapping like yeah.
Cool. Spoilers. We can talk about it. Giant Man showed up. He starts, doing his Attack on Titan thing. That was great. And then
not the Senpai, the Kamen Rider thing, man. Attack on Titan. Fuck it.
But then Spider-Man makes the AT-AT reference from Empire Strikes Back, and so they go and tie him up, and that was great stuff. Yeah, just having a few. I'm just looking at my computer like glitching. No, it's good, but for like 3 seconds it kind of
jump cuts.
Yeah. You want to just edit the whole?
Well, I'm going to go through this whole thing and just kind of edit out the ums and
that's and Giant Man, then
something like that. No, we're keeping that.
Okay, all right. Anyways, so
things that
Last thoughts.
things that we didn't like,
Last
and then
thoughts.
we'll head to last thoughts.
Yeah, I had very few
Something
complaints.
that I didn't like.
The only thing I can think of was
Just the
like,
convenience of how
just
how
the
Zemo
convenience
would
of that.
expect.
The convenience of the end was.
I actually like the convenient placement of the camera. Kind of bothered me. It's like the camera. How they show Winter Soldier. I was like, where did that come from?
Oh yeah.
But.
Oh
Yeah.
man! Oh, that last fight scene between Captain America and like I said, everybody's praising the airport scene, which was awesome, outstanding, phenomenal. But for me, yeah, that fight between Captain America and that fight between Steve Rogers and Tony Stark,
because that's who they are.
That's what it was. That was absolutely beautiful.
Even Bucky too,
Man,
and Tony, Robert Downey Jr.
They were out for. They were both kind of out for blood.
Robert Downey Jr. acted like really well.
Man,
He was,
wow,
you could tell, just like he was like, "What is this?" It's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Oh man, he's angry."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really those moments. Again, this is a testament to the Russo brothers and the writers how they handled the characters so well, and Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans too. Never yielding, and it was a good. That's I don't think I have very many complaints about the film though. Yeah. How about you, Zach? Not very many either. You?
Not really.
Anything?
So, I've been the American populace has been slowly conditioned to expect a giant CGI monster battle at the end for the third act of each action movie. And so I accidentally started leaning toward that way, even though I try to remain objective for each various movie. And actually, even Winter Soldier had their CGI, battle, which was the three helicarriers,
But,
so I was kind of expecting a final confrontation between Cap and Iron Man, and then like, oh no, something CGI. Let's band together and fight it. So I was kind of expecting that, and then when I didn't get it, I was like, oh man. Oh, I was kind of let down, but the movie was still so well done that it doesn't. I don't care, And I'm glad that it subverted that trope of this is how a modern comic book movie has to be made. Origin story. I hate my life. Then giant CGI battle, and everything's tied up in a nice little bow. This was a beast of its own, and I liked it. Can't wait for more.
I agree with you. Like I liked how they didn't, go do an epic battle, but this battle was personal. It was a friendship,
very personal,
disintegrating right there on the spot. You don't want huge explosions, CGI monsters. It was the Russo brothers, and they knew that, so they made it personal. They made it close. They made it small. It was a small, resolution. Between like I'm talking about scale wise, it was small, but the consequences was huge.
Man, so did you guys notice at the very end, the last 2 seconds? Well, actually, the last 2 seconds after the fight scene between Cap and after he slams the shield down, because at first Tony Stark was like, this guy's about to decapitate me with his damn shield, but then he slams into the arc reactor, and Steve Rogers was like, and then I saw it. Tony Stark is like, okay, because it was like, all right, so we're good. Okay, we're good, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
And I thought that little thing, it was easy to miss, but that
acting from both of them, it was really, it was great.
Beautiful.
You don't expect that from that's the one scene alone that when you were talking about, when they looked at each other, after the battle, was better than the entirety of Batman vs Superman. The entirety of it. It just compounded so much, emotions, so much, how what they've all lost.
Yeah, like a lot of defenders of Batman and Superman, they always seem to say, oh, hey, there's a lot of emotion in the learning about the Martha thing.
Where?
But no, that was an emotion. No, you want emotion, you go see Captain America Civil War.
Yep.
They'll give you the emotion. And they'll give you a better reason of why these two guys are, once friends, are fighting each other, to the bitter end. I mean, it was just outstanding. Oh, and then I guess since we're on that,
We don't have to be.
since we're going that direction, Baron Zemo did a better job at Lex Luthering than Lex Luthor did at Lex Luthor.
Baron Zemo was a different Marvel villain in that he wasn't super powered. He was just a regular guy, a military guy. And he actually didn't die until he survived.
He almost, but then Black Panther, man, Black Panther, just he's got the speed, he's got the agility, he's got the strength, and I mean he just
Chad Boswick,
man, absolutely cannot wait for his movie.
Boswick, I think. Boswick.
Dang,
yeah, he was phenomenal.
But so here we are talking about, oh hey, here are the bad things that we didn't like about the movie, and we end up saying more good things.
Yeah, it's a great phenomenal.
That's just how good it is. I highly recommend it. My final thoughts: go see it. You should have already seen it by now.
Yeah,
it's only been, it hasn't even been out for 12 hours, but
in the US,
you should have already seen it. All right, you lucky bastards overseas.
Yeah.
See it again. All right. Give Marvel your money.
Don't give Batman Superman any more money. I just hate that film, guys. It's just, nah. Zach, go ahead.
I was gonna say Batman vs Superman is better.
Yeah, see, Zach would do that, but he fell asleep watching it. So.
Right. Well, yeah. No, it was a great film. I had a really good time watching it. Can't wait to see what's next.
What's next is Doctor Strange, actually.
Is it?
Oh man, and then
And
for some reason, like I'm normally more reserved during trailers and stuff like that. But then when they showed the trailer for Doctor Strange, even though it's the same trailer that they showed just a few weeks ago, I was like, man, I'm
It looks so good.
Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah.
So good. Marvel is just on a roll.
I'm almost on fire.
I mean, Juggernaut. They are a Juggernaut company now.
That's why everybody wants to make a cinematic universe. Everybody does. Universal trying to make
Universal do the monster universe,
the GoBots and Hasbro toy stuff.
Hasbro's trying to do theirs with the G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover.
Well, I think it was GoBot. It was crazy.
And then Hanna-Barbera now wants to get in on this.
They'll be chasing that Marvel money.
Yeah.
And now, hopefully, and I know Civil War will be a success. It's making mad money already. But yeah, definitely go see the movie. It's highly recommended. It's smart. It's
very smart.
Yeah, it's very smart. It's emotionally
emotionally charged.
Yep.
It's entertaining.
It's funny.
Action.
Organically funny.
Action.
Yeah. Go see it. We all highly recommend it. Though.
Last words from Zach. Last words, Zach.
What?
Zach says you should watch Batman vs Superman. So don't listen to Zach. He's wearing flannel. Anyways,
he's not representing.
Yeah, he's not representing.
Yeah, I'm not representing.
Team Cap.
Final words, Zach. Go.
Oh, we're just gonna see the movie.
Go see the movie.
Awesome, and we shall see you guys later.
There you go. Pew 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 pew. Giant